Hello everybody, welcome to EduTap. So if you are currently preparing for the EPFO, APFC and EO paper, and currently if you are studying the component of insurance, then you might have multiple doubts. Sir, should I do insurance right now or should I do insurance later? Sir, मेरे sources क्या रहेंगे insurance के लिए? Sir, insurance के लिए कितना time देना होगा? What are the most important topics of insurance? What are the least important topics of insurance and all that stuff? So don't worry, in this single video itself, I will guarantee you that I will provide the most important information related to the insurance subject, which will help you in the APFC and EO paper. Okay, so single video will help you a lot. Please watch this particular video till the end so that all of your doubts can be addressed. Now, before I move forward to the main content of this video, EduTap is currently having a huge sale offer, and this is a very big occasion for all those students who are trying to purchase our UPSC course, or I should say EPFO course. You can see that currently we are running 60% off on all the courses related to the EPFO. Okay, so the code over here is 1x60, and this particular code is only valid up to the midnight of 6th of August. As simple as that. So this is your last opportunity, I think, if you need to get 60% off on the courses of EPFO. This is your last call. Remember, the code is 1x60, and this particular code is only valid up to the midnight of 6th of August. Now let's move forward to the main agenda. Now what I have done is I have divided my entire video in 4 parts. So first we will understand, should you prepare for insurance or not, right? पहले हम लोग discuss करेंगे कि insurance करना है या नहीं करना है. Then we will see that how to prepare, what to prepare, what is the PYQ style, like पहले कैसे questions आए हुए, right? Then we will also discuss the overall approach and the sources which you can use. So there is a lot to discuss. Let's start this video with the first very basic question, that sir, should you prepare for insurance or not? See, there are two options. The options is that yes, you have to prepare for it, you cannot ignore it. So there is no yes and no. यहाँ पे दोनों options yes ही है. Why? See, insurance as a component in your APFC and EO paper, it is very of a lower difficulty side. यहाँ पे जो questions आपको आएंगे, they are not tough, which you will see in some other components. Like in other components, you can get a tough question, but when it comes to insurance, so there will be no tough question. There will be only a basic, easy to moderate kind of question. So why the hell you will leave this component? राइट आप इसको छोड़ने का सोच ही क्यों रहे हो? क्योंकि छोटा सा कंपोनेंट है, पढ़ो और आपके 1 से 2 क्वेश्चन आएंगे पेपर में एपीएफसी इन ईओ एंड देन डेफिनेटली अगर आप वो पढ़ के जाओगे कंटेंट तो आप उनको सॉल्व कर सकते हो. सो यहाँ पे आपका पहला क्वेश्चन तो एड्रेस होता है, शुड यू प्रिपेयर फॉर स्किप? द ऑप्शन ऑफ स्किप इज नॉट अवेलेबल, सो यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर इट, एंड आई एम सेइंग डबल यस, बिकॉज इसको अगर आपने इग्नोर किया देन यू आर मिसिंग सम इजी मार्क्स इन योर एपीएफसी इन ईओ पेपर. Next question which students ask me is, sir, when should we prepare for insurance? कि सर पहले हम लोग सारे बाकी के सब्जेक्ट्स पढ़ ले फिर बाद में इंश्योरेंस करें, या पहले इंश्योरेंस कर ले और बाकी के सब्जेक्ट्स बाद में करें? See, the answer is very simple, that you should complete it as soon as possible, and if possible complete it right now only. See, the ideal time to complete the insurance component is just 10 to 20 hours. 10 से 20 घंटे में आप entirely insurance component for APFC and EO paper you can study. So there is absolutely no need to delay it. And in English there is a very good kahawat, tomorrow never comes. So if you keep on delaying the things, it can hamper your preparation. So it's a small component, करके एक बार side में रख दो, then you can focus on some other big components also. If you postpone it for later, then it can become later and tomorrow never comes, right? So complete it right now only. Do not postpone it for the future upcoming dates. Okay, now let's move forward to understand the next category, what to prepare. See, in your APFC and EO, if you analyze the previous year questions, then I have classified the topics into 2 categories, the most important and the least important. Once it comes to the most important, these are the topics which you have to study for the most important one. Chapter number 1 is related to your basics of insurance. In this topic, you will understand that insurance contract hota kya hai, right? What is the basic fundamental of insurance contract? And the second most subtopic over here is principles of insurance. So I'm writing this on the screen also so that you can take a note of it. In basics of insurance, you have to understand the meaning plus the principles of insurance. Principles of insurance are by far the most important topic for your APSC and EO paper. Certain principles like principle of indemnity, principle of subrogation, principle of insurable interest, principle of utmost good faith, right? So this you have to do. One more, principle of mitigation also, right? Loss mitigation, I mean. So these are the important principles which you should do in the chapter number 1 itself, and understand that what is an insurance, insured kya hota hai, insurer kya hota hai, right? So you can understand then the whole chapter in the best manner as possible. So focus on fundamentals. Second, history of insurance. In this, you just have to understand that what led to the creation of insurance in India. And there is one body in India which is IRDAI, Insurance Regulatory and Development Authority of India, right? So वो authority कब बनी थी, उसको recommend किस particular committee ने किया था. So over here you will understand about Malhotra committee, right? So there is lot to read in the history of insurance. Now over here you do not have to go deep, just understand the basic perspective regarding history of insurance, okay? Then you have to understand another very important chapter, which is types and classification of insurance. In this you only have to focus on life insurance plus on the non-life insurance, okay? Life insurance mein you will understand about term insurance, endowment plans, and multiple ULIPs are also there, right? So over here you will also understand about whole life insurance. So this is life insurance, okay? In your non-life, this is also known as general insurance. In general insurance, you will learn about health insurance, fire insurance, marine insurance, and whatnot. So over here, just understand that what that particular insurance policy is serving you. They say fire insurance will protect your assets or will protect your property related to multiple accidents related to fire, right? So read that particular stuff. There is no need to read multiple terms and conditions. For example, a fire insurance with terms and conditions padhne baith gaye. So that will take a lot of time which you have to ignore, because if you analyze the previous year questions, you just have to focus on basics. Chapter number 4 is related to insurance sector in India. Over here, you have to read about that how insurance sector is currently working in India. For this, you can refer to economic survey of the present year. Try to focus on the words like population, I would say what, insurance density, right? How much insurance premium have been collected. So this is not that much important, but this will give you a good comprehensive coverage related to the insurance topic, okay? So just learn about insurance density, what is the contribution of insurance to GDP, that particular stuff, right? And you can also read about how many number of life insurance companies are currently working in India, how many non-life insurance companies are working in India. Although this chapter is quite data specific, but just try to do it. You'd never know, right, that there can be a data oriented question in your paper as well, okay? Topic number 5, chapter number 5 is related to customer protection. Like IRDAI has multiple insurance products which leads to the customer protection, I mean. Moreover, over here you will also read about insurance ombudsman. So read about this customer protection, like how IRDAI makes sure that the insurance policies or the insurance companies are not fooling the customers, okay? On topic number 6, emerging concepts. This is also very, very important. In emerging concepts, you have to read about, let's say, double insurance. You have to read about micro insurance. You have to read about reinsurance. You can also read about difference between insurance and assurance, okay? So these are different topics which you have to read in chapter number 6. But if you ask me, out of this list also, chapter 1 is definitely important, 3 is also important, and 6 is also important. So 1, 3, 6 will be my topmost priority, but baki bhi aapko karna hai because there can be a question in your exam. So these are the only 6 chapters which I am asking you to do in this span of 10 to 20 hours. Simple, okay? And if you see what are certain least important topics, in least important topics, you have technicalities related to insurance, legal laws related to insurance, and miscellaneous insurance products in line. Now, what is technicalities? Technicalities basically is the terms and conditions which you have to ignore for everything. See, when you analyze the previous year questions, the exam conducting authority for APFC and EO, they are just asking you the basic concepts. They are not asking you the deep level question of insurance. For example, if I'm reading health insurance, over here, I just have to focus that what is the usage of health insurance and why this particular product has been developed and what is the major theme of this particular insurance product. I don't have to go in terms and conditions because that is a different world altogether. अगर आपने टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस पढ़े तो बहुत टाइम लग जाएगा, तो आपको नहीं पढ़ने टर्म्स एंड कंडीशंस, अवॉइड दैट. ओके. And there are certain legal laws related to insurance. For example, insurance industry in India works on multiple contracts, right? So you have Indian Contracts Act. Certain times some more laws comes and play their role in the insurance industry. So avoid all the legal laws, okay? Avoid all the legal laws. Then you have some miscellaneous insurance products in India. Now today insurance is used in agriculture also. Insurance policies are also used for international trade also. Avoid all that stuff, because you just have to read about life insurance and non-life, okay? So whatever comes in these two categories you can do, but certain miscellaneous or technical stuff, avoid it completely, okay? It is not required for your exam. So this is what you have to prepare for, and this is the least important and the most important one, which I have given to you on the screen. Now let's move to the next topic, PYQ style. Now I have two PYQs, let's try to see them. This is the question which has appeared in EPFC 2023 paper, if I'm not wrong. And this question has appeared in the EPFC 2015 paper, if I'm not wrong. So if you see the first question, the principle of subrogation. Principle of subrogation you will read in chapter number 1 itself, right? And they are asking you a very direct, straightforward, conceptual based question. यहाँ पे कोई लॉजिक भी नहीं लगाना है आपको, अगर आपका थ्योरेटिकल कंसेप्ट क्लियर है तो. Okay, there are multiple principles. Principle of subrogation is just one of it. They can ask you related to principle of utmost good faith also. Okay, like over here, if you see 2015, which of the following are the typical differences between private insurance programs and the social insurance program? Now, private insurance and social insurance you will read in your chapter number 6, which is like emerging concepts of insurance. Now, this is also very, very basic question. This is not tough. Yes, if your concept is not clear, then this can become tough. But if you see the previous year questions tells you that you have to focus on the basic concepts first. Focus on the basic concepts. Do not try to go that much deep, because zarurat hi nahi hai, right? And at the end of the day, make sure that you are able to focus on the basic, plus make sure that the level over here is easy to moderate. So I'm not expecting any hard question also in this particular paper of APFC and EO. They will just test you on your basics, and if your basics is clear, then definitely these questions will look easy for you. Now if you see, we are talking about ideal time also. So PYQ style we have seen, it can be simple direct question also, it can be a multiple statement based question also, but at the end of the day what matters is that you have to focus on the basic concept. Ab question wo kaisa bhi puche unke upar hai, we have to just focus on the basic. Okay. Now, ideal time, I have repeated multiple times, 10 to 20 hours for that particular student who is starting insurance from the scratch. But yes, for max to max, it can go up to 30 hours. I will not recommend 30 also, but for those students who want some more hours, max to max 30 hours. Okay, 30 hours, right? 30 ghante. Okay, not 30 din. And for normal, I would say students, it can be ranging from 10 to 20 hours. Okay, but yes, even if you complete a small component in 30 hours, there is no harm in it. Let's move forward to the last topic of the session, approach and sources. First, let's talk about approach. Approach over here has to be basic fundamental approach. You have to focus on the conceptual clarity. This by far, I think, is the most important point for me. Okay, because if your conceptual clarity is clear, then your basics is also clear. You will be able to answer all the questions which are made around basics. Okay, so make sure your conceptual clarity becomes crystal clear, and this will come with your good reading along with some examples. For example, if I'm reading about reinsurance, or if I'm reading about banca insurance, in that context, search for certain examples. For example, if you're reading about banca insurance, you can search for examples like how SBI Life or how LIC or how Max Insurance are having a partnership with multiple banks, so that banks can sell their policies. Okay, policies of what? Insurance. Okay, so this is how you relate a concept with an example. So try to focus on conceptual clarity with examples, and yes, a revision a day keeps your failures away. Right? आपने बचपन में सुना होगा that an apple a day keeps your doctors away. Same, a revision a day keeps your failure away. So revise, revise and revise, and mind you, this is a theoretical component. This is a theoretical component. Insurance is theory. Certain part is practical, I know, but the maximum part is theory only. So for theory, you have to revise it multiple times and solve as many MCQs as possible. Why MCQs? Because your paper is objective. So try to solve some like 100 questions of insurance. that will do good. Okay, if not 100 then 200. Solve up to that particular point wherein you feel confident कि हाँ भैया मैंने कर लिया है, right? So this is what my approach will be for insurances. I again repeat, conceptual clarity with examples, revision and MCQs. Last but not the least, my friends, last but not the least is the sources. Now see, on Google, just write EDI ebooks. Just write EDI ebooks. The link will open, the first link will open on the Google page, click on it. Once you click on the page, the link will take you to the another page, right? So you will see these are the 3 ebooks which have been released by EDI itself. First 2 are important, the third one is not important for you. The Handbook on Insurance and Introduction to Insurance are the important books which you can refer to. This will help you to cover syllabus as well, plus certain concepts you can read from Google directly. For example, if something is not getting cleared up in these ebooks, you can Google it. For example, if you are not able to understand reassurance, Google it. Multiple web pages will open which will explain you the concept of reinsurance. Along with Google, you can also use our YouTube channel, or multiple other YouTube channels can help you over here. You just need to write your query and you will get your answers. Okay, so these 2 are very, very good EDI ebooks along with Google or your YouTube. But if you are looking for some books, although I will not recommend it because these 2 books are very, very bulky. These 2 books are very, very bulky. So अगर आपके पास बहुत सारा time है, you have ample of time, then only refer to these books. Otherwise, avoid them completely. Okay, in books you can refer to the Insurance Management and Principle and Practices written by Karampal sir, and if you have Insurance Principle and Practices written by M.N. Mishra. These 2 are good books, but avoid them because I think e-books and Google will help you a lot. और insurance component का weightage भी देखोगे APFC and EO में hardly it is 1 to 3 marks at max. So why to read so much bulky books? Just focus on the free material which is available. Okay. So if you see, that completes the overall agenda of our video. And before I complete this particular video, again I want to remind you that EduTap is currently offering 60% off on all the UPSC EPFO courses. The code is one time 60. You can use this particular code, and mind you my friend, the sale is only active up to midnight of 6th of August. So thank you so much. Now I will help you to I will show you that how you can purchase our course on website. You just have to go over here, click on EduTap. Once you click on EduTap, the page will open. In the courses, search for UPSC EPFO. Once you search over here, again the code 60%, one time 60 is valid over here. And if you come and see the courses, currently we are offering you 3 courses. First you have is a master course which covers everything from A to Z. Then you have a course related to special subjects like statistics, accounting, social security, IR, labor laws, computer awareness and auditing and insurance. This course is suitable for all those students who have covered like IAS before or UPSC before, and they just need guidance for these 6 subjects which are written on the screen. Master course is like A to Z. It will include everything. Okay. And then you have a test series also which includes multiple MCQs. Remember, course is just a medium. You have to make sure that you give your best efforts. So thank you so much for joining me in this particular class. And if you still have any query, please drop them in the comment box below. I will personally address it. Okay. So that's it. Have a good day ahead. Bye bye, and keep preparing in the best manner as possible.